Stephanie Kelton, what is the most important economic topic of our time?
Well, I think maybe there are a couple of related topics. I think inequality and slow growth globally are probably the two biggest challenges of our time.
Conventionally, budget surpluses are regarded as good, budget deficits as bad. You contradict this, don't you?
Yeah, I contradict it. But what we think about budget surpluses as being some sort of a proper goal for government. If you think about what the surplus really means, it means that the government is actually siphoning assets, financial assets, out of the rest of the economy, whereas a deficit puts financial assets into the rest of the economy. So when the government runs a deficit, it works like a blower, and when it runs a surplus, it works like a vacuum.
So the Trump administration is doing some things right in this respect?
Well, in that respect, the Trump administration, because it has passed huge tax cuts that have increased the deficit, is blowing lots of financial assets into the economy. The problem is that they're going disproportionately to the people who least need the help. 83% of the benefits of the tax cuts are going to people in the top 1% of the income distribution. So every deficit is good for someone, and the Trump deficits are very, very good for people in the top 1%.
So the fear that such policies will lead to inflation is unfounded from your point of view. Can you explain that?
Well, when an economy gets close to full employment, any additional spending carries inflation risk, not just government spending. The issue with the tax cuts and the way that we've increased the deficit more recently doesn't pose a lot of inflation risk, and that's because, again, so many of the benefits of the tax cuts go to the people who are least likely to turn around and spend that money back into the economy, and for that reason, the deficits don't pose an immediate inflation risk.